Hey there, blade lovers. Do you remember the Beluga by Petrified Fish? Why, certainly you do. It's been a very popular knife designed by Nashorn Knives, and he's very proud of that design. And I did a review on this some time ago. Well, make room for Beluga Tonto. Oh, yeah. Look at that bad boy. And you're going to be surprised by something. This is not just popping a Tanto blade into the original Beluga handle. Oh no. And we're going to check on that in just a moment with some specifications. But let's take a look at this K110 blade. It comes in a package similar to the Beluga drop point in that it is, I would call that stone washed. Let's take a look again. We have a little more bead blast going on this one, and we got a little more stone wash going on this one. So they did do it up a little differently. So it is the K110, and this is the model. I'm going to pull it out of the picture because the print is so fine. It's the PP01T. And if I can find the box, we'll verify that in a bit. But you can see it's very similar and is a front flipper with just a little nub there, but not too hard to open. It is only a front flipper, but you could argue that you might, like that, be able to middle finger flick it, although you're not given a lot sticking out of the, sticking above the handle frame. So they managed to stuff quite a bit of knife in there. There's your highly polished clip with the Beluga on it, which is switchable through slipping it underneath the handle scale from one side to the other and removing two screws. So you've got two screws here, two screws there, and look at that. They are beneath the surface of the handle slab. Really, really good. So no hang up, and these clips work quite well. They are strong and springy, but slick and nothing getting in the way. Now, this one is a micarta handle. I'm going to bring out another micarta handled one from the regular original drop point in a moment. But some quick specs, and we're going to do a compare on those specs too, and you're going to see something maybe unexpected. Haha. 8¼ inch overall if you don't include the clip protruding slightly past the handle, and a blade of I'm going to call that like a 3.6-ish, and about really almost 3¾ on the cutting edge. Okay, so handle thickness in inches, 0.59. Let's make sure we got that right in the middle. 0.60. You know, because it's so tall in the handle, it doesn't really look that thick. And if we keep it on inches and go to the blade stock, we've got 0.15. And in millimeters, 3.8 millimeters. Pretty good blade stock. Finally, if we weigh it, we've got 5.53 ounces. We'll call it 5.54. And it does have weight relieving, last I recall, based on the original Beluga. Let's take a peek inside. Yeah, got a fair amount of skeletonizing inside the handle. So The frame's fairly thick, and if you know Petrified Fish knives, they are built, every single one of them, solidly. A thick stock, but not too thick. A really, really high flat grind on this one, as well as, so normally you'd see a Tonto having maybe a hollow grind in here and a flat grind up at the tip. Not so on this one. And we have a very slight curving drop to that point. Here's the thing. So let me bring out the original again. And let's close them both up to start with. Now, that one looks just like that one, right? No, not right. If we, let's see how I can do this. If we take the original and place it on top of the Tanto, you can see that the handle is higher there, and it is higher there. I think the best way to show this is with the good old calipers. So if we switch to inches and grab it right at that peak of the handle before the finger groove, we've got 1.30. If we do the same thing here, come on, we've got 119 actually. Yeah, 118. So a bit of a difference there to be able to accommodate this very wide Tonto, which is at the widest. Let's see what we got right there. Come on. I gotta look in two places at once. Yeah, that's a 1.3. And what's the widest that this blade is? It's going to be in a different spot. I would say back here. And we've got, yeah, also 1.3, which is interesting. But the drop point tapers towards the front. Well, this guy gets wider towards the front. So they needed to widen out the handle a little bit. But I think you can see that if we put them side by side again in a closed position in my hand, that we have a wider handle on that guy. So they had a completely redesign, not maybe redesign, because the, well, look at that, the pommel's slightly different too. I mean, these are subtle differences, but they're there to accommodate that ginormous wide Tonto blade. We'll do a quick, let's do a quick comparison here in weights. And I don't want to get too out there with all these comparisons, but the original Beluga, 5.566, 5.466. And this guy, 5.539. So a little bit more weight to it. And we've got the green micarta here, as I said, K110, which is Bowler's version of D2. And these come in around 55 bucks or so. You can probably get some discounts on them. That one came from White Mountain. I do have another on the way in the so-called blue denim, but it's taken forever on the boat. So these were available first, so I grabbed one. I'm going to end up with two. Here is a blackened version with a brown micarta of the original Beluga. And you can see them all there for comparison. Do we have a longer knife with the Beluga Tonto? That's a good question. I think it's going to be very, very, very close. I'd say they're dead on, same length. Drop shut action, as you do have on just about every petrified fish. Really nice escutcher in there on the pivot, T8 on the other side. And a little stiff on the detent, but that'll break in. There's Nashorn's Rhino logo. I think it's a Rhino. And a few comparisons with some normal blades. There is the Griptilian, as I always show for comparison, because we are so familiar with the Griptilian. It's about the same length, but certainly look at how much taller the Beluga is, the Beluga Tanto. It is miles high. Here is the Rat 1, and the Rat 1 is a bit longer, but again not nearly as tall either in the handle or the blade. That's what makes this knife look so impressive and large, is not so much the length as that height. Got a nice run of jimping here. It's not particularly aggressive. My finger slides on that pretty easily. It doesn't matter if I'm out here or back here where it's partially hidden by the handle frame. It is a comfortable knife, tall as it is, and at a 0.60, I think we said, in width, which, you know, looking at it here, it doesn't really look like 0.60. It looks more like a ½ an inch. Kind of a green, looks a bit gray under my light for some reason, but it is a green, could be just my camera monitor here. It is a green micarta, canvas micarta. Very nice, nicely done, by the way. And it's contoured. See a dome shape there. As I said, the clip can be switched easily from side to side. I'm noticing this clip sticks out just a little bit more. It's about the same. Yeah. There. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, it's just a bit more tucked in than we have here. Good thick frame, as I said, and liner. Nice engagement. Getting really only about 20% there. But the lockup is really, really tight. And you've got room over time for that liner to walk over a little bit as it wears in. So if you're concerned about how strongly it locks up, I would say it's locked up pretty well. You got nice access there with a relief for the liner disengagement and a nice chamfer on the liner itself. Just nicely done. For around the $50 range, I mean, it's just hard to beat. These are available in lots of different configurations. Might still be available out on White Mountain. I know the first run came and went and I missed it. You can check them out. I'm going to leave you the link. Other than White Mountain, I'm not sure where else besides Amazon you can get these, but be warned, if you get these on Amazon, they may take a while, and I've already been notified once by the shipper, which is Petrified Fish, that the first one didn't make it through customs. So they are sending me another, and again, when that comes in, it'll be in the blue denim micarta with the same blade. Nice fuller, runs all the way down. And again, you can pick that up on a reverse flick pretty easily, depending upon how your fingers are made. So there we have the Petrified Fish Beluga Tonto. Pretty impressive knife, especially for that money. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a like. And of course, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button now. It's in the lower right. Take care.